sure the lighting's all good. Late night, don't know. I'm just in my car right now. It's freezing outside, isn't it? So, you know, like the windscreen's all frosty on the outside and that. So I'm just turning on the heating, making the car warm up so I can just drive and see at the same time, innit? I don't want no ass clout accidents. So, time for a quick video. I'm just gonna respond to one comment I got on one of my videos. Boy, whatever you want to call him, man named Kyle Greenford sent me a comment asking basically what would I do if I came into a large amount of money from inheritance. So let's say, for example, unfortunately a family member passed away, and you received a large amount of money. Now obviously I responded to that comment a few days afterwards and I said, well, how much roughly? Because someone's perspective of a large amount of money may be different to mine. You know, someone who has a low money blueprint might think that £10,000 is a lot of money, which it is. Obviously, man don't want to drop that on the street, and man don't want that money to be taken out of my account via fraud or losing that money. But someone might perceive £10,000 as being a lot of money, but I wouldn't. Let's say, for example, it was 20, 30 or £50,000. What I would do with that money, if that came to me, I'll just buy another property. I will buy another property. You know what? Even if it was £10,000, I ain't gonna spend that money. I'm gonna save it and then top up some more money from my own personal savings, or save up and put that towards a property. Again, even if it's 10 grand, there's certain people think that 10 grand's nothing, that can't buy you nothing. Blood, you can still buy a property with £10,000, you know. Yeah, you can put down as a deposit, yeah, with £10,000. It ain't gonna be London, it ain't gonna be Chelsea, it ain't gonna be Edmonton or Tottenham. It's gonna be quay up north somewhere, in it, near Liverpool or something like that. But you know what? It's better to get a property than have no property at all, innit? But what you could do, instead of just spending that £10,000 on a property up in the north, which is, yeah, it's all well and good getting on a property ladder, but maybe if you just saved up for a year and then you bought a property that's closer to London, it's better to invest in that. Because, like I said before, innit, yeah, no property investment is a bad investment unless the property is going to go down in value, which is unlikely to happen. It's just where you buy the property. You know, you could buy a property in Milton Keynes, which is closer to London than Northampton. That's a better investment, but it's also better to buy a property in Luton because it's closer to London. Anything that's close to London is always going to be more expensive and go up in value quicker, innit? So buying a property is not a bad thing, obviously. That's what man preach, innit? But sometimes there's always a better investment. You understand what I'm trying to say, innit? So yeah, if you come into a large amount of money, some people get money through, you know, unfortunately a family member passing away or whatever, innit? Yeah, if you come into in some kind of money inheritance or whatever, innit, yeah, save your fucking money. Save the money, invest it in a property. Do not buy a fucking AP watch or a Rolex watch, or go Dubai, or do any of them foolings just like that. I'ma bust your fucking head, blood. Nah, I'm joking, innit? But seriously though, don't spend the money on foolishness. Don't spend the money on foolishness. I feel like some people, they're allergic to money, you know. Like there's certain people out here, if a large amount of money comes their way, they think to themselves, wow, I gotta spend it like it's going out of fashion, like it's a hot rock. Like they have to get this out of their hand, out of their possession and that. Calm your ass clock self down, innit? Yeah, calm your ass clock self down, innit? So yeah, that like, you know, people that can't manage money properly, you're moving like a gal. I heard that the majority of the world's debt, yeah, is incurred by women. So let's say, for example, debt is 100%, let's say, yeah. I heard that, let's say, for example, 80% of the debt is wrapped up by women, you know. So 20% of the world's debt is wrapped up by men, and 80%, for example, is wrapped up by women. So if you're not good with money, or you feel like as soon as you get money you need to spend it, you need to check yourself in it, you're moving like a gal, in it. Me, man, don't even know how to spend money. Literally, man has got money now. Man's had money before, and that money's been spent on a property. So man's had, get me, I ain't gonna say, man's had decent amount of money that's been spent on a property. Man's read up, got more money, that's been spent on property. Man's read up again, got more money. There's a pattern, there's a trend, you see in it. Man saves money and man spends money on assets, property, things that are gonna give me more money. Man don't know how to spend money on nothing else. I could become a fucking millionaire. I could win the lottery tomorrow. No one would even know about it. No one would know about it. Yeah, I'll get myself a little Mercedes, little Mercedes, but no one's gonna know I won the fucking lottery. No one's gonna know that, because this Mercedes that man's gonna get, but man could do that on man's wage now. It's only what, £300-400 a month. So it's not like, oh, anyone's gonna know that man won the lottery or nothing like that, innit? So yeah, man, if you come into money or whatever, innit, like family members died, unfortunately, whatever, innit, yeah, you come into a decent amount of money, 20-30 grand, or even it's a little measly 10 grand, innit, yeah, don't spend the fucking money on foolishness. Save it, invest in a fucking property, innit, yeah, that's all man want to say, that's all man want to hear. I don't want to hear no one tell me, oh man, I spent this money on this watch and this holiday and that, or went out on dates and that, or bought this jacket. Fuck all that shit. Bullshit, man. Buy a fucking property, innit? You should aim to want to have a roof over your own head. And if not, at least have a property so you can pass it down to your youths, your grandpitney them. Like man say all the time, the reason why we're here today, the reason why we can drive cars and that. You see, human beings, yeah, we're the only species of animal that can teach the next generation, can pass down knowledge to the next generation. If we weren't like that, if we didn't have that about us, we'll still be in a fucking stone age. Man will still be rubbing sticks together to create fire and that. Now man can click, you get me, lighters and, you understand, innit? Like, we wouldn't have all this technology if we didn't pass down things to the next generation. That's why us black people are in a shit predicament that we're in now. You know why? Because every generation starts off from scratch. No one breaks the cycle. The majority of people then don't break the cycle. People, you know, they grow up, they fuck about, they get some little idiot retail job, some little job paying them peanuts. Then they have youths, they don't tell the youths to do better than them. Then their youths go on to do the same bullshit. Then they grandpitney them, and then their great-great-grandpitney them. Right now, it might even be you. It might be your family, unfortunately, or you might know a family. Generation after generation after generation after generation, failures. Nah, man, for break the cycle, innit? Gal for break the cycle, innit? Stop failing, man. Stop failing. Every generation is supposed to progress past the predecessors, past the previous generation. For example, if your mum was, I don't know, worked in Asda, let's say, then, you know, you strive to be something like her. Obviously, you should strive to be a millionaire, be fucking successful or nothing like that, innit? But if you ain't that ambitious, innit, yeah, then you strive to be a nurse or something like that. Then your pitney them, they should strive to be, you know, like a lawyer or a doctor. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, innit? Yeah, the next generation is always supposed to surpass the previous generation. You think I want my son to be a fucking electrician? No. Man, preach to you lot, yeah, get yourself a skill, get yourself a trade and that. Do you know why? Because your mum or your dad's probably not even telling you that. That's why you come to me for advice. That's why man's saying it to you lot. Get a skill, get a trade. Because your parents and that are not even saying it to you, probably not. Now, I know they're not saying it to you. Because why are you phoning me up? Or why is man hitting me up on Instagram, innit? And man, them still continue to hit man up, innit? Yeah, but there's no smoke without fire, innit? Yeah, why are you coming to a stranger, which is cool, come to man, but why are you coming to a stranger for advice? What happened to your dad or your mum or your uncles them? People them in your life is not telling you. Yeah, so yeah, strive to be, you know, like, if you ain't got no skill, no trade, become an electrician or plumber or whatever, or go to uni. Yeah, become an accountant, do something with yourself, innit? But me personally, I don't want my son to become an electrician, innit? Yeah, that's too simple, innit? That's something that me, as his dad, can teach him. So I want my son to go on to be better than me, be more educated, more advanced, more intelligent than me. There's certain parents right now, they don't want their son or their daughter to be more superior than them. And it just blows my mind. Don't get it twisted. I don't want my son, I don't want my youth to think that he can look down on me. Let's say I put him in private school or give him private tuition in it and he's super smart. Obviously, man don't want my son to look down on me. But you know what? Even if he did look down on me, he'll be stupid. You know why? Because I put his fucking rascal in a private school, private tuition, you know? Yeah. So a man could grow up and think, yeah, I'm better than my dad. My dad is just an electrician and rare and that, innit? Yeah, like, oh, I'm this, get me big time, high flying lawyer or banker or whatever, innit? Multi-millionaire, property tycoon or whatever, innit? But the reason why you're in that position is because I set you up. Yeah. The reason why a lot of us right now are poor, we grew up poor, we come from dysfunctional households and that. Do you know why? Your parents failed you. Your parents set you up to fail. It's the cold hard truth. You know what? We say this to certain parents and that, or certain adults, certain parents. There might be big people and that 60 years old might see this and they might get offended and that. No. You didn't prepare. You didn't do your best for your youths and that. I don't give a fuck. Oh, I was busy. No, man, what do you mean you was busy? Oh, you know, I had 4 or 5 kids or whatever in it. Yeah, you was busy making use. You make one mistake, have a youth at the wrong time in life. You didn't prepare yourself for everything. You didn't get an education, a skill or a trade or something like that. You had a youth or whatever in it. Fine. Everyone's allowed to make a mistake and that. But then when you go on to make 2, 3, 4 youths and you're living in poverty, that's your fault, man. You only got yourself to blame. Don't blame the government. Don't blame the colour of your skin. Blame your rascal self, innit? And let me check this heating on this car, innit? So you know me as a black man, innit? So I have to drive around. Heat. Yeah. Alright, it's warm now, innit? And the windscreen's clear now, so man can see, innit? Alright, cool. Stay wise. Done now.